This episode of Dentside Depot, we're going to take a look at 10 ultra rare and also pretty cheap Dentside Ford trucks for sale right now on Facebook Marketplace. So stay tuned, let's check out what they are. For the purpose of our list, I've found 10 trucks that are definitely rare 70s Ford trucks that are all under 10 grand. And I put them in order. We're going to go from least rarest to the absolute most rarest truck, which I definitely think will surprise you today. The first one up is a 1979 F-150 regular cab short bed Ranger with the Lariat trim, and that's what makes this particular truck pretty rare. It seems to be pretty well optioned. It is for sale for $3,500 in Benton, Tennessee. It has air conditioning. It has the Lariat trim. It appears to have the flipper visor option on it. It has the cargo lights. It's definitely in really rough condition. Obviously, the price is really low for that reason, but regardless, if you have a body or something else to put on this truck, this could be a good deal for you. It looks like it has the sports steering wheel option. Definitely a really cool truck. Oh, it does not have air conditioning, actually. 351 modified. Definitely a really cool truck with the push bar and the dark brown metallic with sand paint, which is a really good combination, as well as cab lights. It does appear to have 78 mirrors on it, so maybe they were changed at some point, but regardless, number 10 on our list. Next up on our list today, we have a 1978 Ford F-250 for sale in Eagle, Idaho, and this truck is actually for sale from Classic Crew Cabs. I actually have seen this truck before, and what makes this particular truck rare is two things. Number one, this truck has a Dana 60 front axle from the factory, and number two is the color combination, which is the jade glow metallic paint, which was available only in 1978 and is a very, very rare color to find on a Dentside Ford truck. Now, this particular truck is not in perfect condition, but it's definitely in very restorable condition. It has air conditioning. Looks like it has a 4. And here we can take a look at the Marty report. So if we zoom in, we can see that it has the 4,500 pound front axle option, which is the Dana 60 Kingpin. It has speed control, cruise control, regular and deluxe two-tone paint. We can see up here at the top jade glow paint, which is that special green color that was only available in 78. Air conditioning, super cooling radiator, and a few other options, including the Ranger XLT package. And if you look at the paint and trim codes, only 259 trucks came with this particular paint combination, being the green on green with the jade glow which definitely makes this truck very desirable and pretty cool for an F-250. Okay, next up we have an oddball truck. It's a 1979 Ford F-150 Super Cab with the Lariat, and it's a short bed. These trucks only came in two-wheel drive in this particular cab and bed configuration, and this truck is the top trim. This would be a very unusual thing to see in one of these particular trucks. Now, this one is not in the best of condition. It has very desirable colors in that it is a silver truck with a black Lariat interior. We can see it has tilt wheel. It appears to have cruise control. It definitely has a few other cool options. If we zoom in, we can see it has a stereo AM FM radio. So this appears to be a very, very highly optioned truck. I don't know if I would personally keep the body on this truck. It'd probably be a rebody, and being two-wheel drive, that definitely hurts the value a little bit. But it's definitely a good starter truck for someone that is looking to just have something maybe as a daily or whatever, and have something that's a little bit unique and pretty cool. $3,000 for sale in Grove, Oklahoma, and it has a 460 in it. So if it has a good running 460 in it, well, that's a lot of good value right there. Truck's been sitting since 1990. Maybe it's in a little bit better shape than what I can see in the pictures. I don't know. It's tough to tell, but definitely a cool truck for sure. Okay, next up we have a strange one. It is a 1979 F-350, and they're calling it a wrecker. So I would say this is probably just a regular F-36 regular cab F-350 truck that someone added, kind of like what you'd see modern day, like a repo truck would have. Old style. Towing setup in the back and a plow in the front, but really this is what these trucks were built to do, to plow snow and to pick things up and do really, really hard work. That was the purpose of the F-350 in 1979. This is a very, very strange one to see. Definitely a really cool truck. $3,500 in Croswell, Michigan. If the Dana 60 is in good shape, That could be $1,500 to $2,000 worth of value right there. It looks like the body's probably pretty much toast. If you're looking for a good driver, that could definitely be a good truck for you for sure, or to just do some work around the property. Okay, next up we have another 1979 Ford, and this one is poorly listed because they did not highlight what makes this particular truck very, very rare, and that is that this appears to be a pace truck. And I'm assuming that the owner of this truck probably does not understand that that's what they have. So it is a long bed, which makes it a little bit less desirable. But in 1979 only, Ford offered the Indianapolis 500 Pace Truck Special Edition. You would get the special paint on the outside with the decals. You would get these slot wheels if you so desired them. On the interior of the truck, you would almost always see the sport steering wheel option. You would get special trim around the dash with the orange/red looking inserts. On the seats, you would get the special vinyl bolsters, silver and black with the red/orange pinstripes. And you would also get the special door panels, the PA4 trim code that gave you all of the special stuff. And if we look closely here, you can see this mirror is the 78 style mirror, but it's painted black. That's always a dead giveaway that you most likely have a freewheeling or a pace truck. And from looking at this truck, without seeing any more information on it, I can pretty much guarantee you that that's exactly what it is. $2,500 in Paso Robles, California. If the body's in decent shape and rust-free, someone's going to get a really good deal on this truck. Because it's definitely poorly listed and it's definitely a rare one for sure. Okay, next up, we're in York, Pennsylvania, right down the street from me, and we're looking at a 1979 Ford F-350 long bed. Now, this is another F-350, but this one is rare because it is the Lariat trim package, and Ford only produced about 740 Lariat F-350 regular cab trucks in 1979. So this is definitely a rare one for sure. We can see it's listed at $5,000. This appears to be a non-AC truck. It's difficult to tell exactly what options it has on it. I don't really know what condition the body is in. Maybe it's workable, maybe it's not. I'm not really sure. But if you're looking for a truck to put your money into, you definitely want to start with something that's going to have good value when it's done. And this would be one of those trucks that you would want to start with. No, it's not in great shape right now, but if you're going to restore a truck, you might as well start with a title that is really good, and this is definitely one of those titles that you would want to start with, being a Lariat 79 F350. Okay, now we're getting into our top four where the really, really rare trucks are going to start to pop up here. Our first one is a 78 F-150 short bed for sale in Attleboro, Massachusetts for $6,500. It's been listed for a while. I think it's probably slightly overpriced given the condition of it. But regardless, this is a freewheeling edition truck. And it says 100% rust-free. So if it really is 100% rust-free, $6,500 without a bed is not a terrible, terrible deal. I would probably want to do a little bit of bartering on that still at that point. But really, if this truck doesn't have any rust on it, which I can't confirm, then $6,500 isn't crazy considering how rare these trucks are. This is a 4x4 short bed. 78 4x4 short beds, definitely a very low production truck for sure. This does not have the rainbow stripe on it. It has what's known as the pinstriping. So my assumption would be that this truck had a flare side bed and not a fleet side bed. Typically you would see the pinstriping freewheeling trucks have the flare side bed. Fleet side trucks have the rainbow stripe on them. Regardless, like I said with the last truck, if you're looking to start a restoration, you definitely don't want to start with an average everyday truck. You want to start with something that is special, and this would be one of those trucks. So if it's rust-free and it has a clean title, and you can get it for a little bit under $6,500, I think you're getting a killer deal there because you are getting something really rare that's going to have a ton of value when it's done. Okay, next up we have a 1979 Ford F-350 Super Cab, what's affectionately known as an X36 truck. I had to insert this one last second here this morning as I filmed this video because yesterday in Northwest Canada, a Lariat F-350 popped up for sale for $1,200 Canadian. But of course it sold before I could even film this video. That was an insanely great deal. Whoever got that truck got the deal of a lifetime because $1,200 Canadian for one of these trucks is absolutely insane. So this one I just had to put in kind of as a placeholder just to show you what you can and should be looking for. This particular one is actually not that far away from me. Perryopolis, Pennsylvania for $11K. It's obviously overpriced. The person's probably just looking at a starting number of $11K and then barter in person. But regardless, this is still what you're looking for. F-350 Super Cab 4x4 has a manual transmission, which a lot of people prefer. It has the 410 Dana 60s in it, and it's been 460 swapped, which is definitely great. So this is everything that you're looking for when you're starting a base for a project. It's definitely overpriced, but regardless, this is really what you want to have. It might have some major rust issues of some kind. I'm not really sure. I'd have to look at the truck more in person to really tell you what the deal with it is and see a MARTA report and everything else. But the cab looks like it's in pretty bad shape underneath. Probably not worth saving in my opinion. But regardless, this is what you're looking for when you're looking for rare trucks on Facebook Marketplace. Hey, next up we have one of the rarest trucks that you will ever see on Facebook Marketplace. In the late 1970s, the Midas Touch company made special edition trucks that they put special equipment on from the factory. Ford shipped these trucks directly to Midas Touch, and Midas Touch then sold them with their equipment on them. And you can see this one right here is one of those Midas Touch trucks. It's in brown, and it is a flare side truck, and it definitely has some unique graphics on it. I've never seen a Midas Touch truck with those particular graphics on it before. It's been swapped with a small block Ford. Has some cool wheels on it and a bunch of other things. It looks like it's from Oregon, so it probably has decent rust qualities. This particular truck is located in Eagle Bridge, New York. So you know if you live in New York, you're just not going to be able to find a native rust-free truck in that particular area. It's just basically impossible. And to have such a rare truck that may have pretty good rust qualities in it, as in not a lot of rust, for only right under 10 grand, 9,500, to have a really, really rare truck is pretty cool. 4x4, of course. Let's take a look at the pictures here. Definitely a really cool looking truck. This would look awesome being buffed out and cleaned up. Maybe a new set of wheels even that look a little bit better than those vintage ones. But I'm really surprised that this truck hasn't sold already, considering that it's already here on the East Coast and that it really doesn't have any crazy bad rust in it from what I can see. It's definitely been highly modified with the powertrain, but none of that matters because this is a modified factory truck anyway, just like the one that you see behind me, which is a Dearborn edition, the same kind of deal where an aftermarket company modifies the truck and you have the small block right there. This would be a great truck for someone that's looking for a father-son project where the body's in decent shape, doesn't require a lot of rust work, but maybe you want to pull the powertrain out and go over everything and then put it back in. And you can see the special Midas International Corporation sticker right here, the Midas truck sticker. So it looks like this one was modified in November of 1977 by Midas International, and to still have that sticker on the door is really cool. And this is definitely a really, really neat truck. It's the kind of truck that you would take to a car show and everyone would have to ask you what it is because they wouldn't have any idea unless you're an expert in these trucks. And it's definitely something that you should consider if this is something that you're looking for. Okay, and our last truck today is the cheapest one, but it's also the rarest one. And I honestly didn't even know that they existed until a few months ago when one of my viewers pointed it out to me. This truck is a 1977 Ford F-250 4x4 with the freewheeling package. Now, in Ford's manuals, it specifically states that the freewheeling package was available on the F-100s and the F-150s only. But apparently, Ford or dealers or whatever kind of overlooked that, and they equipped 483 F-250s with the freewheeling package in 1977, which is what this one is right here, and then about another 500 in 78 and 79. So you're looking at less than 1,000 F-250 4x4 freewheelers built from 77 through 79, which makes them extremely, extremely rare. And this one is for sale in South China, Maine for only $1,500. Now, it's not in good condition. Price dictates, right? But this particular truck is extremely, extremely rare. And if we zoom in and we look at the truck in the front, we can also tell that it's a 77 lowboy, not a 77 highboy, which in my opinion makes this truck even more desirable because the 77 lowboys had significantly less build time than the highboys did, and they're just a better truck at the end of the day. We also have a MARTA report on this particular truck, so you can see that it is the real deal. So looking at the top, we have F-250 4x4. And looking at the bottom, the freewheeling package right here. And this truck also has something else on it that is extraordinarily rare. One of the absolute rarest Dentside Ford options that you could get in this particular time period. And that is the rear window defroster, which you can see right here. I can't overstate to you enough how absolutely rare this particular truck is. Let's see if we can get a build date. Order received in May of '77, bucked, scheduled, and then actually built in the end of May of 1977. So this was during the last 3 months of the building for the 1977 model year, and falls into the lowboy build window. And we can see 483 with the freewheeling package in 1977. This is a crazy rare truck. Whoever gets this one that decides to do a restoration on it, you're going to have something special when it's done. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this special episode of Dentside Depot, taking a look at the rarest trucks available on Facebook Marketplace right now. Remember to like and subscribe, and keep restoring those classic trucks.